Okay, so what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It hasn't been that long, has it now? This again proves if you plan on something, usually don't plan it in advance. It's going to go south very fast. So I was planning on doing this in late May or June, as I suggested in the video that we just recorded, what, 4 days ago? But luckily I have 6 days off right now, and I'm shooting it on Friday immediately after work. So I just finished and I'm gonna do it. Not a lot of stuff here, but it is a politically incorrect update. Maybe the tamest politically incorrect update cover-wise that we had here, but not the bands-wise, in my opinion. So yeah, we're gonna do this, what else? Yeah, I'm gonna figure something out now in June, what to show you in June. I wanted to keep it for a June update, to make a very big politically incorrect update, but, you know, fuck it, why sit on it? If you have free time, let's have fun together on this free time. So yeah, we can record, we can have a beer, a shitty one today, I believe it's a shitty one. Yeah, so let's get into it. We're drinking this Perlenbacher Premium Pils from, as I understand, of course it's from Germany, but it's from a Ruhr region, or it's from a region near Belgium as well. I don't know if it's exactly Ruhr or not, but it's somewhere from that region. Of course, this is infamously famous as Lidl beer. I don't usually go to Lidl that much. I keep forgetting about this shop, even though it's like next door to me. A month ago I went to Lidl to buy to look for beers that I haven't drank, because all the shops in this area where I live are pretty shitty. And I got a couple of 2 bottles of this one, a couple of other German beers that I already showed on this channel in previous updates. I got 2 bottles, yeah, I drank one a month ago, and this is still in the fridge for 1 month. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just a pure refreshing Pilsner, nothing special. A bit bland, even a bit sweet, I would say. So we're gonna finish this bottle and probably never gonna buy it again. Unless, of course, I stumble on it somewhere where I need a fucking beer and there's nothing else. My German viewers probably will confirm that this is not the best German beer, and maybe not even the average German beer. But it is what it is. I didn't want to go to the shop to buy some beer, come back home. I just finished work, like I said. It's 8 o'clock in the evening. It still is sunny here, so not to waste time, you know, and not to get into the darkness. Let's open it and let's pour it. A cold one after the work is always good. I'm not planning on drinking beers today anyway. After this one, probably gonna watch a movie or something like this. So yeah, 1 beer and some black metal will do for today. People, of course, will say that I'm pouring it in a shitty way, but damn, it's a lot of foam for it. Okay, let's put it aside. This is a local glass with a local mass-produced beer, so it's something of a similarity here between this beer and that beer. But this one is actually better than that one, unfortunately. Estonia is famous for craft beers, but the mass-produced ones I don't enjoy at all. Yeah, so Perlenbacher Premium Pils. Okay, have a good Friday, have a good weekend, stay frosty, cheers. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty, it's sweet, but it's bland, you know. It's dubious beer. Anyhow, it still is refreshing. Okay, let's go. Like I said, maybe not the most controversial update is going to be, especially cover-wise, and even maybe even some bands might not be considered that controversial. But hey, let's fucking go. We're starting off with this one. So this is Hate Forest. Okay, let's first, of course, introduce Hate Forest. a legendary Ukrainian band established in 1995 by Roman Sayenko. Also, he plays in Drug, of course. A lot of people give Roman shit for Hate Forest and for Drug, which is surprisingly for me. But Drug was never, in my opinion, connected with an SBM. It's a pure atmospheric black metal band with maybe a little bit of melancholy and a bit of depression. Nothing to do, but still I see people who say, oh, it comes from this same guy, I'm not gonna listen to it. Well, that's just stupid in my opinion. I also argued with myself a lot and with even my buddies online and offline if we should ever include Hate Forest into these politically incorrect updates. Of course, some people say that the time that they were politically incorrect has passed, although we don't actually know about this. Should they be here? I would say no, in my opinion, but considering their past and their political views, they might be here. They are here because people are weak and they think that this is a horrible NSBM band. It's actually a very good NSBM band. Okay, enough of this. So, this is Sowing with Salt, 2023 EP. Also, on the topic of Hate Forest, just a little bit of information, maybe why they should be here and why people are still pissed off at them and consider them like a big Nazi band and whatever. Of course, there's a Nazism present in their lyrics, and there is even an EP that is titled like that, which has, for example, a track called Aria Sophie, which is not a made-up thing. It actually translates to Wisdom of Aryans, and that's an esoterical movement that started in Germany in 1819. It was connected with pride, patriotism, esotericism, German paganism, and even in some forms, even the church was still present, like some form of Christianity was present. It was basically started by two guys. One was Guido von List, which was an Austrian occultist. A lot of interesting people come from Austria, yeah. And painters, occultists, and the Jürgen Lanz von Liebenfeld, which was also an Austrian, I think Austrian occultist, journalist, and interestingly enough, he was a former monk. So they basically started all of this movement, and this, of course, transformed into another forms before Hitler came to power, before Reich was established. There were a lot of this occultic esoteric movement connected with Aryanism. So that might be also the reason. And of course, on their infamous 2004 release, which was called Resistance, it was an EP. It was, of course, dedicated to 14th Waffen-SS Grenadier Division, also known as SS Galiciana Division, which was very active and established in 1943 and was fighting on Eastern Front till basically till the end of the World War. Yeah, it was disbanded in 1945. International Military Tribunal, of course, says that SS Galiciana are responsible for war crimes. Yeah, we're not gonna get into that part because I know that there's some tricky situation with, for example, in Ukraine, it's basically their national heroes, which Ukrainian people, of course, have absolute freedom to do what they want. If they want to declare someone who they think is worthy, of course they can do. In Poland, for example, there is as I understand, a bit of negativity towards them because, as far as I understand, they were connected with some war crimes against Polish people, but again, that might be also Soviet propaganda. But I'm not gonna go into this part of history. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, mess with Polish or Ukrainian people here. This is for them to decide, and they have their own history. I respect them both. So yeah. Also, of course, Hate Forest played on Kalavarot festivals or festival with Sunwheel in the background. So yeah, holy shit! I talked so long for the one band. Of course, sewing with salt. Even sewing with salt is an interesting subject here. It's also called salting the earth. It was a ritual done by conquerors of like tribes, or yeah, basically tribes. For example, what they would do, they would what it says, salt the earth so that nothing can grow. It was like a even more harsh punishment for the people who lost to them. So they would basically curse them. They would die out because their land would die out. Classic Hate Forest signature sonic carnage sound. Buzzing guitars. It's interesting how the vocals change during the time. It almost is the guttural vocals here. Pure quintessence of really excellent black metal. Let's take a look at the vinyl, at the 7-inch, of course. This is a 7-inch, limited to 300 copies. Hate Forest here brings 2 tracks. Our 400 years age hatred and pathetic nameless carrion. Beautiful vinyl. It always amazes me how such harsh elements of black metal from Hate Forest can combine and create something atmospheric at times, something deep, something mesmerizing, and those repeating riffs sometimes even feel a little bit dreamy to me. A really cool release. Like I said, absolutely classic Hate Forest. You know it, you love it, you hate them, you still buy them, and you love them secretly under the bed. Because this band is amazing. Don't tell anybody, but yeah. Hate Forest is one of those really fucking good bands that have been always consistent with their sound. So when people give them shit, I believe that not all, of course somebody doesn't like them, but most people are like, you know, secret admirers. Anyway, Hate Forest, sewing with salt from Ukraine. Alright, already had some history. Shit, cheers. Goes down extremely smooth like water, but I bet you if it wasn't cool, right, if it wasn't refrigerated, it would be actually pretty shitty. Anyhow, moving forward. Okay, so let's go to Brazil. Werewolf Blood Order. We hold the Gallows of Hope. From Brazil, established in 2020, one-man project. The dude behind goes by Warlord von Ravenclaw. The guy is famous, of course, because he also played in bands like Evil, and he considers Werewolf Blood Order reincarnation of Evil, and of course the infamous Command. Initially, Werewolf Blood Order made some noise in 2020 with their demo that was highly praised, Rites of Murder and Sacrifice, which had the infamous cover with this kind of logo. So yeah, the man behind the project, you can read nothing too special here. We Hold the Gallows of Hope was recorded at the Necropolis studio during the Southern War winter 2022. So not much, very medieval like cover here. What can I say about this band? It's pretty fantastic. It's your classic riffy black metal. Shrieks per vocals, a little bit of keys here and there. The track that is present here is very interesting. It starts off with a mellow pace that by the end of the track, or rather by the middle of the track, bursts into this blast-beating inferno of flames. It starts very aggressive. But basically, like I said, in its core, it's basically pure, classic, old-school black metal. There's nothing to add, you just need to listen to this project and decide if it's for you or not. But it's pretty old school, so I would guess people like it. Let's take another look inside here. So yeah, especially if you already are familiar with Evil and Command. I'm guessing a lot of people should be familiar with Command. They were on a split with Goatmoon. So yeah, Werewolf Blood Order. We Hold the Gallows of Hope. So this is also a 7-inch. Now we're gonna take a look into this one. So it's a split with the infamous Morke from Germany, established in 1993, and I'm guessing it's kind of I don't know if it's a one-man band or if it's two-man band, It's right now, at least the information is that it's one-man band. The person behind goes by König Asura, or Asura. I'm sorry if I mispronounce. Mostly the releases that have been done are demo releases. Apparently the band was inactive for some years. Of course, in 1997 they hit the stage, hit the world in its face big time, since they made that in conspiracy with Crystal Knock. They released the legendary demo tape, and this is their 2023 release with the what was it? Werewolf Blood Order. I want to always say werewolf, just werewolf. Anyhow, yeah, this one is interesting. Of course, the picture, you already know what's coming up. So, Morke Stuka. Let's read first. Okay, I'll zoom in and I'll try to read it. Dedicated to Hans Ulrich Rüdel, Stuka pilot, most decorated soldier of Wehrmacht in the Second World War, with 2,530 enemy flights. He destroyed 3 Soviet ships, about 70 landing crafts, 519 tanks, over 800 land vehicles, more than 150 anti-aircraft and pack positions, 4 armored trains, numerous bunkers, bridges and supply links. In addition, Rudel scored 9 confirmed aerial victories. No other attack pilot of the Second World War achieved more than his count on missions and destroyed targets. Rudel flew mainly aircraft of the type Junker Ju-87. Colonel Vogel, better known as Stuka. In memory of all fallen Wehrmacht soldiers, we honor you with our memory. We will never forget you. So now you know that Stuka is an airplane, right? Okay, maybe again a little bit history. So this is Junker Ju-87. We know that from 1936 till 1944, about 6,500 were made. Of course, you know this airplane yourself. You have seen them in the documentaries. It has signature gull wings, and it had the Ram air sirens attached to it. So what that did was it produced this famous signature noise when it and it was diving, you know, it was flying like this, then it would turn and it would dive. So the attack was always diving and it would produce this noise. That's why how the Blitzkrieg has first commenced and how the world knew about these airplanes. And this noise was actually called Jericho trumpets. Wait a second. Jericho trumpets. It's also an interesting story. Why Jericho trumpets? Somebody might say. Okay, let's do some Bible research. So, Jericho, of course, was the city. A city that Israelites needed to pass in order to get to the promised land. So Moses died, and they had a guy called Jesus Navin who was leading them. The story is pretty fucking inconsistent, like all of the Bible. So they need to pass this city of Jericho. They know that people there are hostile to them. They have God on their side. Yet, for some reason, they send the 3 spies to the city. Why? Who knows? Absurdity doesn't end there as well. Those spies go into the city and they end up with a prostitute by the name of Rav, who and everybody knows that there are spies, everybody's looking for them, and they end up with a prostitute, and she saves them. She lets them escape through her window or something like that. A prostitute lets 3 men escape through her window. Something is not really adding up there. So they escape and they promise to keep her alive and safe after they conquer the city. They come back to Jesus Navin and God tells him, you know what, we can destroy the city. All you need to do is, the city is protected with huge walls. All you need to do is march around the walls for 7 days. And then on the 7th day, the priests will blow the trumpets, and the sound is going to be so powerful, the walls will collapse. Of course, they do it, the walls collapse, and yeah, they conquer the city. Why did they need to send, spies there? Who ended up with a prostitute is, again, another mystery of the Bible. Full of, like I said, inconsequences. Yeah. So that sound, the mighty sound of Jericho trumpets that collapses cities. This is what the nickname was for this sound here. So, a lot of information about Rudolf here as well. Yeah, very infamous guy. What else can I add from myself? Based on my research, what I know about this individual. Of course, interesting fact that on 19th April 1941 he actually met with Hitler in the bunker, and on 8th of May 1945 he also flew a plane. He knew that the Soviets were coming, and he flew the plane and took it to the occupied territory of Americans. So he surrendered there. In 1946 he was already released and he moved to Argentina. But in his individualism, I would say, in his core, I feel that the man was a true rebel. Not only a war hero, obviously, but a true rebel. He stayed true to the ideology, wrote 2 books on the ideology. I think 2 books. So he actually was a spokesman for a German People Union. He really was pissing off the German authorities, even though he was not living in Germany. So basically they called him a neo-Nazi because he was still, actively supporting NS ideology. What pisses even more authorities that in 1959 during a football World Cup he is invited into the locker room of German team where he is greeted by the German team. That pissed the authorities real hard. But guess what? In 19 78 World Cup, he's invited again by the coach to the German locker room, and that pisses even more the authorities off. He died in 1982. Of course, funeral was also controversial because a lot of people were giving salutes, and those people were then investigated. Yeah, and he was married 3 times, and the interesting fact is all 3 wives were called Ursula. So yeah, very interesting. So this is a limited 7-inch. Also comes on a beautiful, more transparent red. The Hate Forest one was kind of hard red. This is a transparent one, released by Signal Rex. I don't remember the exact limitation, maybe 200 or something like that. They were on different colors, white, black, and red, I think. So I chose red. Musically wise, we're still talking about Morke from Germany. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think I, added a lot of information for today's politically incorrect one. It starts off with a German newsreel. You know, those war newsreels that they were showing on TV and in the theater. I think there was a special name for that program, but I forgot the name. I really don't remember it. And the newsreel is talking about Stuka, yeah. So it was also not only the plane name, but also his nickname, Stuka. Regarding the music, this feels more like I don't want to say RAC, because it doesn't feel like RAC to me, and I know too little about RAC. I don't really listen to it to make my conclusions. I would say it feels like something like a chaotic lo-fi screaming punk with a bit of elements of black metal in it. It's not even punk, it's like rock and rollish. It feels rock and rollish, even though that it's lo-fi and hard on the ears. There's some still elements of of this rocking vibes. So yeah, not entirely black metal here on this one at least, but still it's a good mixed up. You first listen to this one, for example, which is black metal. You turn this one, which is not exactly black metal, like I said. Very solid release. Also was bought on Signal Rex discount sale when they had 50% off on everything. Yeah, let's put it. So yeah, Morke and Werewolf Blood Order, 2 controversial bands. Okay, and we actually have one more release, and that's it. It's a big vinyl. Cheers. Not that much, but hey, like I said, it's better to show this than to sit on it for a month. Okay, so we have this one, a very let's actually remove this one first. A very, very fucking glossy one, as you can see. So this is Winterschlacht, established in 1997 from Poland, and this is the only release, and it's a demo recorded in 1998. This is a one-man project. The guy behind the band goes by Morke. The demo is called Vollstrecker. Now I tried to translate Vollstrecker numerous times in what's it called, Google. It didn't give me anything concrete. It gave me something like enforcer, but doing deeper research, I think it more or less translates as executioner. So this is only 20 minutes long, by the way, also. And interesting fact. Winterschlacht. So Winterschlacht translates to winter battle. So, like I said, an interesting fact about the name is that, of course, there is a Third Reich medal for winter battle. It's a medal given to soldiers who took part in the Eastern Front campaign, which lasted through 15th November 1941 to 15th of April 1942. So the most harshest wintry month that they've spent there, they were given this medal, which was Winter Battle Medal. It also got very infamous because people were calling it frozen meat or frozen flesh medal, for obvious reason, because it was very, very fucking cold. Yeah. It's interesting because, in my opinion, I'm not an expert here, but I do have some friends who are experts on the medals. In my opinion, this is still one of the most common medals, maybe, because I see it pretty often in antique shops, but it's also one of the most forged ones, because as I understand, it's not really that pricey. It's affordable, but yeah, it's getting forged a lot. So yeah, there you go, another history rant. Comes with this insert. Let's take a closer look. There we go. The only demo, like I said. The swords here. The lyrics. A bit of Lord Satan, destruction, and pure black metal, as the sign suggests here. Enter the Birgen forest of growing hate and see the deed of Lord Satan's destruction power integrated in 20 minutes of pure black metal. Released on this one, Dark Blaze Productions from Poland. A bit of lyrics, side notes, and stuff like that. Recording information, as you can see, in February of 1998. Music wise, this is blazing, ripping black metal from first notes. You can feel it immediately. If you like fast paced stuff, it's up to you. It's for you. So it comes on a black one, no need to pull it out. The most interesting fact is that it's 20 minutes long, and I feel that there is a missed opportunity here. As you can see, there's nothing here. So it's one-sided, but they could have done it like an edged, maybe put a, I don't know, an eagle there or this. Of course it would have been more costly, but it would have been even better, I think. The drums on here are like machine gun fire drums. I don't know, it's like you can feel that it's about total war immediately. Overall it's hostile, it's bitter, it is what it suggests on the side notes or on the inner sleeve notes. It's pure black metal. There are some very, very insignificant ambient and synth parts here and there, but what surprised me the most about this is yeah, it's too much glare because it's so fucking, it's glary, you know. What surprised me the most about this is the quality. The quality is insanely good for the demo that was released that long ago. I don't know if they did any remasters or not, but yeah, it's basically very, very, very good quality demo. Like I said, it's one demo only by this project, and I feel like by black metal, by the time that it was recorded in 1998, that it is a pretty essential demo for Polish scene. Polish scene in general doesn't have a lot of bad releases, especially demo wise. If you like listen to what Full Moon, for example, yeah, their Aryan demos, so they know how to do their demos. Yeah, so this is a Winterschlacht Vollstrecker. There you go, Winterschlacht Vollstrecker, and that's it. Sweet and to the point. Like I said, not much controversy cover-wise, but still good bands that are on far right, I would guess, politically incorrect bands. Plus, goddammit, a lot of history today. I'm actually glad that I didn't, now that I talked so much and so much history in here, I'm glad that I didn't add more bands to it, or I didn't sit on it so that more bands would add, because it's already 35 minutes of talking. It's only 4 bands, basically, 4 releases. Okay guys, so now, for sure I'm going to see you in June, since this is an update in May. It's pretty cool that we made like, what, 2 updates in 4 days, or 3 days even. So yeah, on the background, by the way, we were listening to Einsatzgruppen. All links will be, of course, in the description below. Yeah, I'll see you in June with updates. We shall figure it out which one it will be. As for the channel, there might be some reels from a concert or 2. I'm probably not gonna do videos from a concert. I don't know. But reels are gonna be here for sure. A couple of reels I'm gonna post. If I feel like it, I might do a small video from a concert. But I feel like, yeah, there are okay bands coming to play, but nothing that I would like to, you know, shoot on prolonged terms and stand there. A couple of reels of a couple of bands will do. Anyhow, yeah, so that's it for me. Stay healthy, stay frosty, think for yourself, stay black metal. I'll see you around.